YouTube going. Alrighty, guys. So Bashar Kit here, Amazon to be a seller mentor. In today's video, we'll be talking about exactly how Amazon FBA has actually impacted my life, how I gained freedom with Amazon FBA. So, I mean, here's the thing. Look, number one thing that I really want to always, I always like talking about and I always like covering is that the fact that it's 100%, well, it's not 100% passive, but it's the fact that, you could actually do it from anywhere in the world. I get many of my followers, many of the people that actually, follow me and kind of watch my content, are from South Africa. They're from, just literally all over the world. And they'll be asking like, hey, can this be done, in Africa? Can this be done in Kenya? I have students from Kenya, actually, Charos, who I just posted a video about his success story a few days ago, or I think it was yesterday, actually. He's from Kenya. Now he's, living in Delaware, but he does travel to Kenya often. So, that's kind of, one thing that I want you guys to understand is that this concept and this thing could actually be done from anywhere in the world. Amazon does have 16 different marketplaces, meaning, like the US is a marketplace, Canada is a marketplace, Mexico is a marketplace, other, let's see here. So it's Canada, Mexico, US, Germany, Australia, did I say UK? I think I did say UK. Let's see here, Spain, Italy, Brazil, Indonesia, Thailand, India, China, Japan, and I probably missed a few, but there are 16 different marketplaces all over the world that Amazon sells in, right? That they offer their services, and then they're little by little expanding. Now, Amazon does deliver to 30 different places, to 30 different countries around the world. There's 100 and I don't know how many odd numbers there are out there of countries, but Amazon to 30 of those countries. So you don't have to actually be within that particular marketplace for you to actually order. So you can always order, from, let's say if you live in any outside of those marketplaces, you can actually go to, let's say if you live in, I don't know, in Romania, and Amazon doesn't have a marketplace in Romania. However, they deliver to Romania. You can go to Amazon US or Amazon Canada or Mexico or whatever and order from those, and have it delivered to you. So like right now, I can Amazon Canada or Amazon, Mexico, and order something from there and have it delivered to me. Let's say something I couldn't find in Amazon US, whatever it might be, a product that only one seller in a specific, marketplace offers, and I can't get it elsewhere. So I can always go to different marketplaces. I don't have to live in that marketplace. Now, one thing that Amazon just announced, they said that they might be increasing their Prime membership cost from $100, or I think it's $99 to $119. So that's an additional $19. And a lot of my students, kind of freaked out, and they're like, what does that mean for us? And I said, it means nothing. It means they're going to charge their customers another. I mean, here's the thing. It's not a charge that we have to deal with, but their fear was, well, what if, because really the prime seller or the prime buyers are really the main goal of this, right? Or the main target or the main audience of us sellers, right? They are the ones that we actually go after. They are the ones that actually, kind of make us living, right? So really, they were scared that, hey, what if this happens? What if we, our sales start decreasing, or just overall because of this $20 increase? And what I said was, listen, these guys, Sam, what's happening, my man? How are you? I know you missed me yesterday. So what I was saying is, if these prime sellers or these prime buyers, I mean, spend $100 a year, and they're spending, on average, a prime buyer spends $1,200 a year. Do you really think they're going to care about that $20? Okay. Also, another thing you guys got to understand, Amazon grows, 10 to 25% every single year. Last year alone, between 2016 and 2017, they grew over $44 billion, $44 billion, not million, $44 billion. Okay. do you really think they will make a decision or they will take a step that is not going to benefit them and their customers and their sellers? Do you really think they're going to do something that's actually going to decrease their business or has a chance to decrease their business rather than increasing it? No, I don't think so. Right? I mean, here's the thing. You'll think about it and say, oh, well, it's only $20. Why are they even doing that? Well, it's only $20, but they have over 150 million prime buyers, okay, prime members. So just imagine, I mean, literally almost any prime seller has a prime buyer's account, right? Or just a prime account, right? So just imagine, 150 million times $20. How much money is that? I don't know, but that's a lot of money. There's probably a couple $1 billion or something like that, right? So that's the thing that I want a lot of Dan is that Amazon just won't do something to harm or that has the potential to harm their future business. You know what I mean? That's not what they're in business for, right? They're in business to making money. They're in business to making you money, because the money you make, the more money they make. So that's kind of where it's at, and that's the thing that you guys need to understand. Now, going back to the actual topic of this video, which is how exactly I actually was able to create financial freedom, and how I actually was able to achieve the goals. And I mean, look, I'm still a beginner, right? I'm still just beginning. I'm still just plugging away. I'm still I'm not and I'm not rich, right? I live pretty decently, and I do pretty well for myself, and I'm trying to teach you guys how to do what I'm doing, right? And because I know that anybody can do it. Look, I'm not this genius. I'm not this special talented person or anything like that. But really, what I have that what a lot of people don't have is commitment, is seriousness, and also just pretty much being committed and being self-motivated. Like, I've been down in my life a lot, right? I've fallen a lot of times. I mean, my second business that I started, I was, I had $500,000 on the line, which I almost lost. But I lost really most of it. But really what always kept me, getting back up and getting going was, the fact that I actually, I was self-motivated. I always dusted myself off and I got back up and got back on the grind, right? I didn't let nobody, or nothing bring me down. I didn't let nothing permanently keep me down. A lot of times things would keep me down for just a little bit, but then I was able to get back up and get back on the grind. And what this concept has actually done for me, and a lot of things it hasn't done for me. Look, I always thought becoming a business owner was, like, oh my God, I'm going to own my own business. That's it. I don't have to work for anybody. I don't have to answer to nobody or whatnot. But I found that I was more prisonated owning my own business than actually working for somebody. Because look, if you work for somebody, you're sick. It is what it is. They can replace you. You can't make it to work. You're whatever. You just quit and go somewhere else. When you own a business, that doesn't happen. Just because the business is closed doesn't mean you get to go home and that's it and relax. You're always constantly thinking of doing something new, bringing something new. There's always the employees, always managing, always cutting costs, making profits, doing this, doing that, right? And that's the thing that I found out with owning my own business. However, with Amazon FBA, and I was managing tens of employees all at once, right? With Amazon FBA, I'm working from my home. I'm working on my laptop. I can work anytime. I don't have to work. Right now, I spend 30 minutes to maybe an hour a day, actually on my store. Aside from that, I literally wake up at 5:30 a.m. I go to sleep. So I get going around 6 a.m. and I go to sleep around 11:30, 12 p.m. 85% of that time, I'm actually working with my students, teaching my students, mentoring them, answering their questions, analyzing their products, doing that, right? Not really working on my own success, because I've already gone to the point where I'm okay now. Now I want to deliver the message, and I actually want to get my message out there and as much awareness as possible, because I know there's so much opportunity that is missed. And I want people to know about whatever it is that we do. Because look, man, you don't have to, become the business owner they've always dreamed of, because it's not as fun as you think it is. Also, you don't have to actually work for some asshole, live somebody else's dream, always look at big cars and big homes and nice cars and dream and just say, that's not for me because I'm never going to get there, right? No, you can get there. And it's not easy, but it's not impossible, right? So Sam on Instagram says, is it possible to give order from Canada to India product delivery? From what I know, yes. You can always check it. Now, here's the thing. Well, actually, yes, it is possible. The thing is, your shipping cost is going to be, humongous. If you can find the same product on Amazon Canada, I would just go for Amazon Canada. I don't know why you would go for India, but yes, it's possible. On YouTube says, how do you prevent inventory stocks out for a well-selling product if Amazon pays every 2 weeks? Here's the thing. So you can always actually request for an early payment. And if you just go to your, let's see what the tab exactly says. So if you go to view payments, which is under payment summary on the right top corner there, and you go to, if you just go to that page, it'll say transfer request and an orange. If you haven't, if you actually have money, Sam, you got it, brother. If you actually have money to be sent out. Now, what will happen is that, like it'll say your next, like right now, it says your next scheduled, your next scheduled transfer initiation date is April 29th, 2018. However, if you're, if your available remains this, you won't, there won't be anything transferred. So that's the thing that you guys need to know, is that a lot of times what will happen is that although Amazon will tell you that your next disbursement date will be on this date, however, if you do an early request, Amazon will not release all the money, because what happens is Amazon likes to keep some money on hand in case if you get refunds, if you get, return requests and things like that. Especially if you have some return requests already being worked on, they're not going to release all the money. But I do understand what your, what your concern is. I mean, if you don't have money, how are you going to reorder? I mean, look, you just reorder as you go, right? So, you can, let's say if you have a couple $100. Honestly, when I first started, I had to borrow $500 on my second order, because once my product started selling, I didn't have enough money to keep up. So I had to, I had to borrow $500, and I gave them a 10% return, and literally in 2 months, which was great for them. I mean, they did get, it's only $50, but they got $50 in 2 weeks or 2 months. Is it 2 months? I think it was 2 months, 2 months, 3 months, something like that. So, I mean, I know what you're saying. I mean, honestly, aside from having to borrow some money or put on a credit card or just ordering small amounts. So let's say if your disbursement is not until 2 weeks and you request early disbursement, and Amazon gives you, let's say, half of that money or a quarter of that money, and that money is really not enough to order another couple hundred units, order small at a time. You know what I mean? Like maybe 50 units at a time. Although your cost can be a little bit more, but, maybe you can try to work with your supplier, be like, hey, explain the exact, thing, because, the more you order, the cheapest your cost is. So maybe try to explain to them like, hey, look, this is what's going on. Will you please still honor the price that we discussed, or the price for the higher, for the higher amount ordered. But I'm just kind of tight, or just try to, to borrow there. I mean, honestly, there isn't an exact science to this. There isn't an exact answer. But really there is an option where you can request this early disbursement, and that will be like that same day. But it does take like 2 to 3 days until you get the deposit and stuff like that. So altogether could be 2 to 4 days until you actually get the money into your account. And do understand that you're not going to get the whole amount, although Amazon may say this is the amount dispersed, but that's the amount dispersed on that date. If you're going to get it earlier, you won't get all of it. Okay. But hope that answers your question, Ron Lum. Hopefully I did not butcher your name. So Sam, any discount facility for large products range? When you say discount facility, are you talking about like just discounts altogether to ordering a new product? If that's what you mean, honestly, I just deal with Alibaba. All my suppliers are on Alibaba. The more you order, the more it is that you, the cheaper it is that you get your price. However, it all depends on really what your supplier says, right? So some will have a price breakdown at 100. Some will have a price breakdown at 250, some at 500. And there's always the most important thing. You always want to keep negotiating. And that's what I do. If you go to my playlist on my YouTube channel, and it's also part of my course, I actually offer a template on how to contact suppliers. And one of the most important things is I always ask for, hey, my name is this, I manage an online store, and here's the product I'm interested in. I want quotation for door-to-door, plus door-to-door shipping. And I want quotation for, 100, although let's say, I know that it's my first order. I always say don't order more than, 200 units. And let's say it's my first shipment and I know I'm going to order 150 to 200 units. So here's what I'll say. I'll say I want a total or a quotation for 150 units, which is what I really am going to order. I want quote for 250 units and quote for 500 units. So that automatically programs them that this person is going to order more if we give them a bigger discount, right? So you kind of let it, program their minds that, hey, look, if you give me a bigger discount, I'm going to order more from you. Although you're only going to order 150, but what do you do is, let's say, they say, okay, if you order 150, it's $3.50 a unit. If you order 250, it's $3.30 a unit. And if you order 500 units, it'll drop to $3. What do you go and do then? You say, okay, look, here's what's going on. This is my first time ordering this product. I know it's going to sell, but I want to test it out. So here's what I want to do. I want to only order 150 units, but I want you to honor the 500 unit price, which is the $3. However, I do promise you, if you do give me that price, then moving forward, I will make you my supplier, and I promise to order, throw some crazy number, 2,000 units every week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. You know what I mean? That automatically programs in their mind like, okay, I need to gain this guy's business, although I might not make that much profits right now in this 150 units, but I know I can probably get him on my list to make him a consistent customer if I help him out, if I hook him up, right? So that's what I always do, and I make sure that I explain to them that, hey, look, we run a large online store. We're going to be ordering a couple thousand units from you, all that stuff. So that's really what you want to do, and that's that comes with actually ordering in bulk, right? Now I understand if you can't, it is what it is. You just kind of start as you can and grow as you go. Always you want to reinvest your profits back into your business, because really that's how you grow your business. At the end of the day, you don't want to take out money. I mean, right now, I am able to take out money because I've been doing this long enough, and the business just produces enough money for me to take out profits. Now, I'm not launching any new products. All I'm doing is I'm just re-upping from time to time. If I get a good deal, like I'll always negotiate my suppliers. Hey, what if I order 5,000 units? Will you give me a bigger discount? I will order them in units because I know I'm going to sell them, less than the 6 months. And my storage fees, I'll calculate also my storage fees, because you've got your storage fees that you don't want to forget about. You don't want to order so large that you keep them in Amazon for several months and you're getting charged storage fees every single month for all those units that are not even going to sell. But if you're getting a bigger discount from your supplier, let's say if you're getting 20, 30 cents a unit from your supplier, cheaper, and it's only going to cost you, let's say, $100 a month launching any new products. So I'm able to pull out as many profits as I can from my store. However, whenever I get ready to launching a new product, I'll, keep another few $1,000s into my store. But, and instead of reinvesting, I'll just kind of take it to myself. So anyways, that's kind of where it's at, guys. I mean, look, Amazon FBA. FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. It's very simple. We go on, we do private labeling. We go on Amazon.com. We scout out specific products. We look for high demand, low competition, something that fits in a shoebox, something that's below 2 to 3 pounds, something that's not breakable. It can't be, it can be a liability. So like, it's not a toy for children. It's got like little particles, like, this size or whatever. And it can, maybe a child can choke on it or something. So that's kind of what we do, really. And then we go to Alibaba, we source out a supplier that will manufacture those products. We put our logo on it, which could be done at Fiverr.com for $5. Then we get it shipped over to Amazon fulfillment centers. From then, all Amazon does is they put on their shelves. You don't touch the product, you don't store the product, you don't ship the product, nothing. You create a listing. Once that listing gets up and running and is selling, you got to optimize it. I mean, here's the thing. It's like, when was the last time you went on Google.com, you typed, where or how, like, okay, the other day I was on Google and I just got a new Mac and I was searching how the hell do I use this freaking mouse. And literally once I typed that, the first thing that popped up was how to use it. And I learned everything right there and then, you know. So you never go to page 4, 5, 6, 10, 15. And when you first list a new item, that's where it's going to go all the way to the back. You want it to come up in the front, and that's what I help you do. That's what I show you how to do. You know, I show you just how to do that. Sales, reviews, things like that, right? Optimization, keywords. So once that's there, once your product is ranking, you sell. As you sell, Amazon will fulfill the products. You don't have to do anything. All you do is you actually manage your store. Make sure you have enough, you know, inventory in stock. Make sure that, you know, let's say if you get a return, you're responding to it. If you get a message from the customer, you respond to it. But really, that's about it. That's what I'm saying. I sell over 100 units a day, yet I spend 30 minutes to an hour a day. And really, that's like me just over-analyzing the shit out of my product because I really like to exactly know how every single keyword, how much it's business is bringing me, you know. If I'm running PPC, okay, why is it over, you know, 5, 10%, whatever, you know? So I'll always do that, right? And that's kind of where it's at. That's kind of where I'm at, right? But aside from that, guys, that's kind of it for Amazon FBA. Now, Hamid Akhtar, one can easily envisage the potential you have. Keep it up. I really appreciate it, my man. Thank you very much. So guys, once again, Bashar Kato here, Amazon FBA seller mentor. If you guys have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. Every day, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I go live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I also post a video about the same concept that I share live with you guys on my YouTube channel. This whole week, I'm not doing that because I've been just pretty much going over Amazon FBA 101, which I've posted multiple videos about it. And I thought it would be just repetitive if I made more videos about the same topic. However, do watch out for my posts throughout the week. On Mondays, I post, I give away 2 free 72-hour access to my course. So be sure you guys watch out for that comment. On Tuesdays, I post my my sales from the week prior, and I show you guys full week how, you know, how things are looking. On Wednesdays, I'm typically sharing a success story from one of my students. I'm doing, you know, like a throwback of my sales maybe a few months ago or when I first started or something like that. On Friday, I still don't know. I'm trying to make a theme for every single day. I don't know. Maybe you guys can suggest something for me on Fridays, what I should do. You know, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you guys want me to, you know, if there's anything you guys want me to cover, any topic, even if it's not Amazon FBA. Look, a couple of weeks ago, I took a whole week off and I covered wholesaling. The week before that, I took a whole week off and I did arbitrage. Although these are things that I don't know. I went, I learned, I did my research, and I shared my knowledge with you guys, whatever I learned, right? Now, it doesn't mean that I'm an expert. And I said, look, when I was making the wholesaling videos, I said, look, I am not a wholesaler. I've never wholesaled in my life. I have friends in the industry who do 7 and 8 figures. I contact them and they kind of mentored me. I don't know if I'll be going into it. I might, but it's not anytime soon. Right now, I'm focused on private labeling, teaching you guys. So, but I said that. I did not say I'm an expert. Come here, let me teach you. A lot of people reached out and said, hey, you know, what do you think about it? How does it work? I said, okay, I'll do my homework and I'll show you guys. So I did, you know. So if there's anything you guys want me to cover or talk about, please feel free. Also on Sundays, I do something a little bit different. I'll either talk about how to make money online using, you know, other ways than just selling on Amazon or whatever. I think last week was about Facebook groups and how important they are and how important they are to me and my business. They are very important. But aside from that, guys, Sam Miller, thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. Great content, Bashar. Thanks, my man. So if you guys have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. I'll be killing the feed here. Send me any questions you guys have. I do have my mentorship program, literally $1.50 a day. You guys can get mentored by me, analyze your products, answer your questions, only $49 a month. My course, I also have a payment plan, $133 a week. You guys can jump on it, get all the information and whatnot. But aside from that, guys, Bashar Kato here, Amazon FBA seller mentor. It's so awesome. Y'all have a great week.